lightning and thunder. Hi, I'm Phil. Welcome to Pretty Good Cooking.
Pretty good.
Tonight in the show, we're gonna teach you a quick and easy recipe. It doesn't really have a name because I made it up, but certainly it's not original. So we'll call this Asian-inspired air fryer chicken. Pretty good. I made this last week. So I had some chicken lying around and I was like, what if I did this? And it turned out so good that I want to eat it again. And so truly tonight is a PGC where rather than really teaching you a recipe, we're documenting what Phil wanted to eat for dinner. Let's begin. Here I have the chicken, and I got some drums, and I got some wings. These are just flappers, or flats, and I got wing tips in there. I don't know why I saved the wing tips. But as you can see, I marinated the drums already, so I thought they could use more time in the marinade, but I wanted to save some of the chicken so that I could teach you how to make it. It couldn't be easier. Well, it could be easier if you used less ingredients and didn't make it as good. So we're gonna start with some soy sauce. This is like a shitty knockoff of like a legitimate recipe. Like if you go to a Korean place, you can get like soy sauce wings, which I'm sure has some legitimate name that I just don't know. But this is my version. So we'll start with soy sauce. And I got this Kikkoman one that has the pour nozzle. Next up is gonna be some rice vinegar, or you could use Mirin. I got both, but I'm using rice vinegar right now. I'm actually almost out of it. Shoot. The next ingredient is gonna be Hondashi, which is bonito soup stock, instant dashi. And it's just granulated. This stuff's great. Everything I put this in tastes good. So you could use, I don't know, maybe a teaspoon of that. So then to round out the flavors, we're gonna add some sugar, big pinch, something like that. I find that the granules of the bonito stuff doesn't always break down. You're just supposed to heat them up. I mean, it's soup stock. Yeah, it's close enough. And then we're gonna add some aromatics. So this is gonna be garlic, minced garlic from a jar. It's great for this recipe. That's way more garlic than what I normally put in. All right, these are now garlic soy sauce chicken. And here's some minced ginger as well. So we'll give that a stir. And then you gotta marinate your chicken in it. That's it. That's only 6 quick ingredients. Now you take your marinade and you put it in the bag. If you wanted to, you could just dump all these things in a bag and shake it on up. But I know that makes some people mad. I had YouTube commenters tell me they don't like that. They say, Phil, that's not how you do it. And actually, one guy was like, that makes me angry. I think he was more civil about it. I was like, why are you mad? Why are you mad? All right, so in the spirit of bad safety, we're gonna leave this out here on the counter for it to quick marinade. You can do that with chicken if you've got faith in the chicken that it's not gonna poison you. Just leave it out for a little bit. It marinates faster. It's how food science works. What do you think about that? All right, so I'm gonna clean up real quick and then we'll move on to the next step. Be right back. All right, in an incredibly bold decision, we're gonna serve white boiled rice with this chicken. But I am gonna rinse the rice several times because I've been experimenting with that recently. Some people, you know, they're like, you always gotta wash that rice. You gotta wash it till there's, you know, no filth behind each grain of rice's ears. I think the real value is that you can get differently textured rice. So the more of the gluten that you wash off each grain of rice, you can still get like fairly sticky rice, but it'll be texturally different. And it certainly, if you cook it correctly, you can avoid getting kind of like the gloppy rice, which like it has its place, but I don't know, I've been messing around with it. I'm sure I've showed you before how this very strainer fits exactly into this pot, and so it makes washing rice an absolute breeze. It is broken. The company that sent this to me for free has not replaced it yet. Dear Magic Kuchen, send me another one. This thing, how old is this? Probably 4 years old? Probably 4 years old? That's a very short working life. I mean, to be fair, I am still using it, so it is still working. But, bro, 4 years. Re-review this thing. All right, so here's what I do. I just put the strainer right on top, fill it up with water, shake it around, dump it out. Look how milky that looks. looks like coconut milk. I would say it looks like rice milk, but I don't drink rice milk, so I don't really know. And you just do that over and over. You would be amazed at how many times it can take. I use the water to push the rice back into the pot, swirl it around. I think a similar effect can be achieved by letting it just soak, and that'll take some of the gluten off, but I ain't got the patience for that. You can see it's much clearer already. That's good enough for me. So I probably rinsed it like 4 or 5 times, maybe 6, maybe 7. I'll drain that all the way out. Give it a shake, and
the rice is done.
The rice is done. So we'll go ahead and add an appropriate amount of liquid, which for this 2 cups of rice, I think I'm gonna go with 3.5 cups of water, which might actually be a little bit much, but this is jasmine rice. And I use my finger to make sure it's all in the pot. That's important. Because if you don't knock all the grains down, some of them will burn and stick to the side. And it's just no good. So now you can take it from here. You know how to cook rice, right? Right? So while we are not really doing anything important, we can also prep a couple veggies. I don't want anyone to accuse me of just dialing it in for tonight's episode, but the scale of what we were gonna do today has continually shrunk. So I feel compelled to include some kind of vegetable in this food, even if it is just onion and cabbage. So we've got our green onions that I washed, and these will be like a topping. Put green onions on anything, it's great. Cabbage will be like a side thing. We're just gonna fine slice some cabbage. And actually, this is the inside of a cabbage, so it's extra light. That's not even green, just yellow. So I like to cut the leaves to a manageable width. When I stack them up, I just do this. Look, not every meal's gotta be complicated. I'll tell you what, you want a secret on how to make raw finely sliced cabbage tastes good? Let's put some chicken on it. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a chicken on it, and then incredibly, as a transformation, that cabbage is gonna taste pretty good. So we'll be back in a few, and we'll get the chicken going here pretty soon. Let's check that chicken. It's only been 10 minutes, but look at this. Already it's looking pretty good. So at this point, just flip your chicken, and you can see I didn't spray nothing. I didn't spray nothing. That's because it's some greasy chicken. Greasy chicken's good, kids. There is one kid who watches this show. Hey, by the way, viewer, we don't do a good job of advertising it at all. Did you know we have a Discord server where you can hang out with cool people like myself, and rarely John. John only shows up when I'm complaining about him. So we flipped all the chicken, shove it back in there. Same deal, 10 minutes, 400 degrees, we'll check it again. The other thing is that there is a podcast where Brett and Brett is a friend and a fan of the show, talk about the last month or so of shows. And it's very long. So if you like long podcasts, it's for you. Discord server, podcast, all PGC, all the time. Immerse yourself in the mediocrity. And buy our t-shirts. We got merch! You got merch! You can buy t-shirts and stickers. There's a Patreon where you can give us money for taxable goods and services. That's right, Patreon is taxable now. But there's some cool shit I send to people. I send you cool shit. We got some special stuff. It's coming your way. Might be hot sauce. Might be homegrown garlic. Recently, actually, as prompted by the taxable change on Patreon, we could just give you our PayPal address if you just want to give us money with no bullshit. So, in the description now, we will include a button or our email or something. If you just want to send us money. You don't got it, but, you know, taxes. Alright, check it out again. Ooh, yeah, that's looking fine. Man, that might be done. How can you tell if they're done? Well, I don't know. This is educational content or not? Probably not. Those wings look done. Probably the easiest way is just to take a little chicken and, you know, stab it, put it over here, cut into it if you're worried. I ain't too worried. To me, that looks completely done. So it looks good. Alright, let's serve up some dinner. This is gonna be great. So we'll start with some cabbage. Fantastic. There's our cabbage. There's our very nice jasmine rice. And let's get some chicken pieces. And you can garnish everything with some green onion. If you like pickled radish, have a little side piece.
Just ginger. I like a lot of it, so I'm adding a lot. Adds a little pop of color. And of course, if you wanted to, you could season this with Shichimi Togarashi. So let's just throw some of that on there. Make it look like a real food. And that was like, I don't know, like a half-hour dinner. That was easy. But yeah, there it is. There's our chicken. There's our meal. Quick and easy. I forgot to mention, this chicken goes really good with Ploy sweet chili sauce. Sidecar of Ploy. Look at that sticky goodness. All right, let's try this chicken. First on its own. It looks hot. Good flavor. To me, it's just like awesomely roasted chicken. I don't know what the air fryer does, but it works. I'm gonna put it in a sauce. So good. Easy as f. Awesome meal. You can swill some beers while eating this food. That was real good with beer. Let's try a wing. Look at that wing. That looks pretty good. It's so good. Like the soy sauce marinade kind of like caramelizes on the skin. And so you just end up with a really nice, ultra savory meal. I think this is gonna be another one of my, it worked into my rotation of like pretty easy meals that I eat all the time. I've found that like, you know, when I'm not inspired to cook, having a healthy rotation of things that are like very easy to throw together but remind me of gourmet food is pretty awesome. I eat tacos all the time in the same context because it's very quick to throw together, but it's delicious. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that episode. My basement's probably flooding right now as the waters pour from the heavens. And yeah, we'll see you next time. That's how you do it. Goodbye.